Okay, this is going to be a very short video, a few housekeeping things. This is where we left off in our last video. So we created a calculator and then we showed our total amount here. Although we did decide that we are not going to use CSS, however, you can see that the outcome looks very ugly. I would like to have these elements aligned to the right side, and it is very simple. We will have to use some CSS, and to do that I'll just open a style tag, and style element has now been created, and within this element I'm going to target this input field. So every input field that is available on this page will be targeted. Type input in an opening curly bracket and a closing curly bracket, and within those two curly braces just type in float right. If I save it now, refresh this, you'll see that the elements have been aligned to the right side. However, there's a problem with this. If you maximize this page, you'll see that the elements input fields are aligned onto the far right side, which is not right. So we can fix that easily as well. So this time I'm going to target every div element, and I will say div, an opening curly bracket and a closing curly bracket, and we can use the width property and give it a width of 400 pixels. If I save it now and refresh it and maximize the page, you can see it is much better representation, much more professional. We can actually decrease the width to 300 pixels, and you can save it and refresh it, and this is much better. So what it means that every div element will have a width of 3, let's make it 350. Every div element on this page will have a width of 350 pixels, and these are the nested elements within each div element. So this input element is a daughter element of this div element, and so on and so forth. And this is true for every input element. Every single element has been enclosed in a div element, and div is actually an invisible box. So the width of this div element is 300 pixels, and this is also 300 pixels, and the input element within this div element is floated to the right side, and that's why you see a much better orientation. The second thing that you see here is these arrows, and to get rid of it, what you can simply do, you can simply type in this piece of code here. This is a pseudo element. I'll provide this code on the website. If you save it now, you refresh it, you can see that the arrows are not visible anymore. So that's all for today. Thank you very much, and I hope you learned something today.